Welcome to part 2 of my video, and in video number 1 we discussed getting rid of the cell phone and the flashlight. And this is my new invention here, and I think this will do it. And what I learned from all the home defense gun courses that teach you, how to do SWAT, how to clear rooms, how to do everything. What they talk about first is simplicity, and most of them will either recommend a Glock or a Springfield XD. And the reason they do this is because you just grab the gun and you pull the trigger, and it'll go bang every time. When you're in a stressful situation, you don't know how you're going to react. You don't want to be fooling around with external safeties. You don't want anything to go wrong. You just want to be able to pull the trigger and the gun to go bang. And in the same sense, I expanded that on my home system because this is what I've come up with. This mounts to your nightstand here on the side of it, and your gun will fit in here. It's a regular holster, and then you have a block here, and in the block there is a button, and when your gun slides in, it's going to lock on that button and push it down, and that'll arm your system. And when you pull it out, it's going to send a signal here from here to the other end, which is the receiver. It'll look sort of like a answering machine, and it'll also be able to be mounted in the wall. And it's automatically going to dial 911 for you with a pre-recorded message, such as home burglary in progress, my name, my address, help. And I always like to throw in, the owner of the house has a gun in use. That usually tends to get police there a lot quicker when they know that, bad guy and weapon are the two magic words that can get, the ball rolling. And what this system also does, so that gets rid of your cell phone here. What it also does is gets rid of your flashlight, because there's a receiver in here, sort of like a remote, that as soon as the system is activated will light lights that come with the system. Now these aren't the exact lights, and first we'll talk about this style of light. With the system you'll get eight lights like this that'll mount anywhere, and you can expand the system. They'll all run on AA batteries. They'll have on or test. And on means your system is armed, and anytime you pull the gun, it's going to light up your house, and it's going to call 911 for you. It's going to eliminate all those steps. And a test is for the battery and for placement of it. I'd really not like to have the cheesy, plastic little lights that just stick up there with Velcro, I want lights that'll mount with 4 screw holes, be similar in this in size, and it'll stay up there, and it'll be a little more attractive. I don't want big round lights, but little lights like this. This is just an example of what would be included in the system. Also in that system, for your room, are 3 spotlights, and those all 3, one will be in the center, one will be off to the right, and one will be off to the left, and they'll all be facing right on your door. So let's say you see a bad guy in your door. Your wife's right next to you, your kids aren't 6 feet tall. You pull the gun and bam, he's instantly blinded with 3 lights, and this gives you time to aim and decide whether you need to take action or not, or possibly you can talk him down into, hands on your head and get on your knees, that sort of thing, and detain him until the police get there. But what I don't like about this, I just have this for a demo, is the base is going to be bigger, roughly the size of this, and this is going to be much smaller. And what I'd like to see is somewhere in between 60 and 120 looms, of bright light, because when they're in the doorway and they get the light shined on them, it immediately blinds them, and they have no shot. It disorients, and it gives you time to react. And not just only if they're in the doorway. If they're in the house and they're coming into your room, what my system does will allow you to take time to take cover on the side of the bed with your gun drawn towards the doorway. And I want to say right here that it's very important that you know you're not just considering pulling the trigger. You could have the police come in and you could have your children come in, and I don't want either of those shot. So that lighting that blinds them gives you the 1 second reaction time, to decide, is this a bad guy or is this a good guy? And this also brings up another